How in the heck is it going, everybody? Something came to our attention, I'd say about a month ago. Buddy walked into a shop where he saw one of our flyers for our Fishing for Freedom event, and told the guy working at the shop that he heard a rumor in the Marquette guiding community that we scam veterans. Interesting. Very, very interesting. First of all, I can understand somebody who is not affiliated with guiding, nonprofit things, anything like that, to think that we scam veterans. But for somebody who requires that they pay, that their client pays them $250 to, let's say, $650 for a half day or a full day fishing trip, that's what they require to take somebody fishing. How they could think that we scam somebody for taking them out fishing for free, when I would say, well, Hunters for Life's been around for about 4 or 5 years now. We've had our 501c3 status, our tax exemption nonprofit status, for I want to say 3, maybe a little over 3 years. Since Hunters for Life has started, we have taken a significant loss every year, to say the least. The little cliche saying, it takes money to make money, is even true in the nonprofit world. As far as Hunters for Life employees, or board members, if you want to call them, my dad is the president, my mother is the secretary, and I am the vice president. Those are the 3 board members and only 3 quote-unquote employees of Hunters for Life. None of us take even a penny of the money that we raise in donations or whatever it may be towards ourselves. All of our money goes back into our cause. Now, some of our money was spent to buy shanties for our Fishing for Freedom event. You know, we were supposed to have 20 guys show up. Obviously, we're not going to take 20 guys and go say, hey, here's a bucket, here's a rod, go sit out there in a 40-mile-an-hour wind and try and catch a fish. So we bought some shanties to accompany them. If you guys want to think that I bought those shanties for myself, yes, I do love going to fish in one of the otters. We have 2 otters. Why would I ever need 2 otters? A little off topic here. As far as where the majority of our money comes from, my dad somehow is the Facebook guru. When they made this whole thing where you could donate your birthday to a cause, but he donated his birthday back to Hunters for Life, made, like, I don't know, probably between that and putting donate whatever things on whatever other posts, I think we've made probably, I'd say probably close to $2,000 from Facebook in the last year or so. But as far as steady income, it's going to be either Facebook or YouTube earnings, which I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying this because this is what I think, but I'm probably accurate. I would say that less than 5% of YouTube channels actually take their money and use it to help other people and don't just slide it right into their pocket. Now, mind you, we don't make that much money from YouTube, but every penny that comes from YouTube gets direct deposited directly into our Hunters for Life bank account to go back to do what we do. As far as donations go, a lot of our donations come from family, friends. Every now and again, we'll see a email from PayPal saying so-and-so donated. And it's like, oh, I've never heard of so-and-so. Reach out and add them as a friend on Facebook and thank them and go from there. We do have a little bit of money that comes in from t-shirt sales. Look at this awesome green t-shirt I'm wearing. If you guys want one, pick it up, huntersforlife.com, or just send me a message and I'll probably just send you one for free. Been doing that a lot, losing a ton of money on that. I'd say it's about $5 a shirt, anywhere from $3 to $5 for shipping, depending on where we send them to. Let's see, what else? For example, last year we did 2 Veterans Lake Trout charters with Captain John of Daybreak Charters. He agreed to give us a discounted price. He usually charges $650, I believe, $650 for a half-day trip. He did it for us for $400. The first trip, we actually raised the money for. Thank you, everyone who donated to that. Second trip, we did not raise even half of what the money we needed to pay him. We didn't raise half of it. Reached into my pocket, took out a couple $100, put that with the other money, gave it to him. We took 4 veterans out fishing, had a great time. Now, like I said earlier, it's been about a month since this whole We Scam Veterans thing came up, and right away I wanted to jump on the old phone camera here and just blow steam out of my ears and just start screaming and yelling and yelling. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, all right, well, probably not going to accomplish anything. And there are quite a few fishing guides up here in Marquette. 3 that I have respect for: Captain Pat, Captain John with Daybreak Charters, and Marquette Adventures. So I don't think it was any of those 3 that were saying that we were scamming people, but there's like 10 or 12 other ones. Actually, a guy that just burned down all his ice shanties a little bit, and not good guy he is. So we figured that the best revenge would be to just start our own fishing guide service. Gonna start simple. Not sure that with these blind peepers I'd be able to actually get a captain's license. So we're gonna start with inland, river and stream fishing, as well as ice fishing. Starting next season, we're gonna start just right off, probably get everything together this summer and fall, all the licensing, all the insurance, all that kind of stuff, and start with ice fishing. Ice fishing is what I know best. It's easiest way to get people out into the ice. And what's going to be different about Blind Eye Guide Service is we're going to take, haven't decided, probably half to 3/4. We're going to charge the same price as everybody else. Don't want to undercut them. Charge the same price as everybody else, and we're going to take half to 3/4 of the money that a client pays us and put that back into the Hunters for Life account, so we can further scam more veterans. Totally just kidding about that, but that's also something that I don't think anybody does is, hey, here's my job, you pay me to take you fishing. Oh, also we do this Hunters for Life thing. We take kids, we take veterans, we help people get them outdoors. Oh, did I tell you half the money that you charge or that you give us to go out fishing today is going to go back to helping people? They'll be, oh, that's cool, here's a big tip. No, just kidding. But I think that pretty much covers everything. From now on, if people are really still going to think that we're going to scam people, all it would take was to show you the money that goes into our Hunters for Life account and show you the money that comes out of my credit card and my dad's credit card. We both have Cabela's credit cards. Gotta love those Cabela's points. I don't know. For our Fishing for Freedom event, I think $1,000 in shanties, 1,200, and we got 20 rods, 20 tip-ups, 3 heaters, propane tanks, a dozen chairs, a big otter sled to tow everything out. So that was probably, let's just say, roughly $2,500 to $3,000 that we spent out of pocket to do an event that we raised maybe $200 for. Does that math add up? No. Are we okay with doing that? Absolutely, because now we have everything that we need under the sun to take out at least up to 20 people next season ice fishing. And hopefully, I think our record to beat's like 11 or 12 people that showed up. So that's our record to beat for next season. The way that I look at it now is next season, the only thing that we'll have to buy to take people ice fishing is more fish finders and definitely an underwater camera. Shout out to you, Logan Audette. First guy I've ever seen. And Mitch fishing out on Teal Lake. I was convinced that Teal Lake up here in Negaunee, there was no fish in there. Terrible lake. Show up to his permanent shanty. He's got an AquaView camera hooked up to a 27-inch flat screen right in the shanty, running off a 12-volt battery. Open up the door of the shanty, say hello, look at the screen, and there's a whole school of perch on there. So with a fish finder, yes, you can see the fish that don't bite, but with a camera, you can see what kind of fish don't bite. So that's probably the only things we will buy for next ice season. Just because I have my fish finder, I have one other fish finder. As far as taking people fishing, it's especially if you're fishing big water, if you're fishing fish that suspend, your rainbow trout or your crappies or something of that nature, it's nice to have that fish finder. So other than that, you just tell people, all right, drop down to the bottom, reel up one crank, pray for the best. But if a fish swims 10 feet over your jig, you don't have a fish finder, you're not going to see it. As far as what we have going on this spring, still trying to fill all of the spots for our spring smallmouth trip down on the Kalamazoo River with Timothy Staggs. For $20, guys, you could win a couple $100 smallmouth trip of a lifetime. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8-pound smallmouth, pre-spawn, fighting them in current. Definitely the best way. As soon as we close that one, we are going to be auctioning off a couple of other trips. We got spring turkey season coming up. We got bow fishing. We got all sorts of stuff to auction off, but that's only if this first one we do actually works out. There's no reason for us to do more of these auction fundraisers if they don't work. So if you want to check that out, Hunters for Life Facebook page. The post is pinned right to the top. Picture of Timothy with a whole bunch of nice bass. Can't miss it. But that was the end of my rant. If you guys have any more questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in that comment section. If you would like to accuse us of scamming anybody, please just come to me. Send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I will give you my phone number. You can call me. If you really think we're scamming people, I would like to get your opinion on it. I would like to give you my opinion, as opposed to you just going and talking to whoever and just chirping behind my back and starting rumors that aren't true. This isn't high school, anybody. I think that about sums up what I had to say. Sitting here baking in the sun in the parking lot, going to check some open water fishing spots. The harbor looks icy, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Boat launches are still all locked up. Unfortunately, I got rid of my little boat, so we can't do any beach landings. Itching to get a casting rod in my hand. Might have to go ice fishing tonight, though. We'll see. But thank you for putting up with this rant. Appreciate that out of all of your support. If you would like to make a donation, www.huntersforlife.com. Link is down in the description. Don't worry, all the money goes to us scamming veterans. Totally just kidding. About the end of the rant. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you for your support. Until next time, happy adventure.